All right, thanks, Brad. Dan, some business now. Retailer Pick n Pay's profits were hit hard by the ban on the sale of alcohol. The results showing annual earnings were down 21%. The group lost over 200 liquor trading days over the financial year. It resulted in an estimated 4 billion rand loss in sales and 200 million rand in additional costs arising from the group's operational response. Now, Pick n Pay says the earnings reflect the full impact of measures taken to contain the spread of the virus. Well, Outgoing CEO Richard Brasher joins us now. Thanks very much indeed for your time, Richard. So, through the lockdown last year, you've sold more food compared to the year before. You've sold more clothing. Your online sales spiked, yet your earnings were down 21%. Is this solely the effects of the bans?
Yeah, afternoon, Devan. Yeah, thanks for the invitation. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's a couple of things that happened during the course of the year. Clearly, it's been a very difficult year for business generally and society with this wretched pandemic. But the biggest impact, obviously, for us as retailers was when things were restricted. And I won't go into the discussions about why they were and whether it was the right or wrong thing. But the net effect is in some fairly significant areas for us, so tobacco, liquor, and in the early days, G&D and clothing. There was significant restrictions compared to the year before. But what I'm very pleased about, to be honest, I think the underlying quality of earnings of the group is actually very strong. And if you sort of look through the impact of COVID, I think that the business has made a lot of progress in the last year. I think we're fitter, leaner, and more agile. We're certainly better value, and that's reflected in getting 10% growth in the sales of our core food operations. So every cloud has a silver lining in terms of we can mitigate against some of the downturn, but obviously we couldn't mitigate fully in terms of profitability the impact of the restrictions and the added costs that we had to incur.
I'm wondering how you were seeing the South African consumer at the moment, because you are going forward to increasing the store footprint of the lower to middle income community. So I'm just wondering now, with that growth strategy in place, how do you see the South African consumer?
Well, I think obviously the economy has been very stressed, like many economies around the world, and it wasn't so strong before COVID. So COVID certainly didn't help this process. So I think that there are people wanting to search out value. I think that the people have been obviously scared by the pandemic and economically disadvantaged by it. So value for money is crucial now within the retail sector. We've got a very strong proposition in our Boxer brand, and we're getting stronger in our Pick n Pay value stores, which seeks to have a slightly tighter range to make sure that we can be even more efficient in our stores, so that we can pass that on at low prices. And I think that that's quite an exciting opportunity for us to grow our business in the years ahead. And these are things that actually we would be developing before COVID, but COVID sharpened the way in which we need to approach that. So we're very positive, funny enough, about the work we've done this year. And although the top line profitability looks like it's down, because it is, it's only down marginally. On a comparable basis, it's only 6%. And some of those costs are one-off. So in the coming year, that money will come back to us in terms of the way in which we deliver our profit. So we're very positive and very pleased with this result.
Richard, you made it clear in your speech this morning, and this is my final question to you, that you are concerned about the vaccine rollout in the country, and a retail giant such as yours would be able to assist. What should government be doing?
Well, look, it's not for business to tell government what to do, but what we do believe in business is we're very accomplished in making things happen. So, we can pick a head of lettuce somewhere in the country, deliver it through a network, and get it delivered to a shop first thing in the morning, so someone can get fresh lettuce within 24 hours of it being picked. So there's a huge capability in business to actually make things happen. Now, we do engage with government and we do work with them. I believe that they're making significantly more progress now on the vaccination rollout, and there's more talk of the private sector making a contribution. But I think through the Consumer Goods Council of South Africa, business does stand in readiness to help accelerate anything to do with the vaccine, because it has to be the single most important economic thing that the country can do for the population of this country.
And just very quickly, this is probably the last time I'll be speaking to you with regards to Pick n Pay results. You enjoyed your time at the helm, Richard?
Yeah, happiness comes from solving problems. So we've had a very happy few years, but we've come through it well. I think we're a strong business in strong heart. I'm actually going to stay in the country. I'm not on a piece of elastic to go back somewhere else to enjoy a bit more of the country. I've only seen the inside of the store and underneath the bonnet, so we're very, very positive to be finishing well. I mean, we've tripled the profit, doubled the size of the company, and doubled the turnover. And increasingly, and most importantly, we now employ 15,000 people more than we did when I joined the company. So very pleased with the team, very pleased with the performance, and I'll be their biggest fan and their harshest critic from retirement.
Outgoing CEO Richard Brasher there at Pick n Pay. Thanks very much indeed for your time. What's happening in sports? We'll get that in a moment.